All right, listing off this for this week, we got stuff that came off the hot list from Danny. Okay, the very first variety got up here is the Fothergilla Mount Airy. This is varieties of zone 5 to zone 8. It would get 5 feet in height as well as 4 feet in width. I got two pictures up here. The very first picture that's on the left is your our 2-gallon. As you can see, you're getting a really good bargain with this one right here because it's just almost matching the same size as a 3-gallon. And then the picture that's in the middle is our 3-gallon we have. This variety, it will have these nice white flowers on them. It likes to be in moist but well-drained soil. It loves the sun, but it will tolerate shade. Bloom time for this variety is from April up through to May. It does recommend for a lot of these varieties I'm learning is that when you want to trim these, you want to trim this after the flowering is done for this variety. It's a honey scent, white blooms in spring, lush foliage in the summer, and a brilliant fall color. It's a delightful shrub that takes that keeps up in the garden, and it gives you great 3-season colors. It gives you the white flowers at the beginning of the season when it comes to the spring. During the summer, you will have this beautiful glossy green foliage. Now, this foliage is known to turn some type of bluish green sometime for certain varieties and everything like that. So keep that in mind also too. And during the fall or the fall, you'll have this beautiful autumn to more bronze colored leaf foliage to it. Go ahead, next picture, please. Next variety was on the hot list was the hydrangea bloomstruck. This variety is another zone 4 to zone 9. It would get 3 to 4 feet in height to 4 to 5 feet in width. This variety has more of a rose pink to almost like purple, light purple like flower to it. We sell this in the 8-inch, 2-gallon, and a 3-gallon. The picture that's on the left is what our current crop looks like right now. We will wait till we see some new foliage coming up on these, and we see some good growth before we start moving this variety into current. It likes to be a medium but well-drained soil. It has this beautiful red stem on it and blooms on old and new wood. It is bred to withstand the harsh northern winters. It earns its name from a repeat bloomer that lasts in the early summer into the fall. This is a mophead, which was reached to 4 to 5 inches when it comes to the flower cross. And it has this rich blue, purple, almost pink pending upon the pH in the soil.
So the other thing we'll talk about here briefly is bloomstruck and twisted shout. Both are ones that typically lag behind in breaking new growth in the spring. We have houses set aside to B2C S6S7, where it's predominantly bloomstruck, twisted shout. We have closed the doors earlier on those. We're running about 5 degrees warmer in those houses to try and get these breaks at the same time as in the summer. So just be aware of that going forward. We'll see how this works this year, but trying to get these so everything's breaking at the same time.
Next picture, please. All right, the next variety we have is off the hot list is the hydrangea blushing bride, also known as big leaf hydrangea. This variety is a zone 4 to zone 9. It would get 3 to 4 feet in height as well as 4 to 5 feet in width. This has more of a nice pure white flower to it. We sell this in also 3 gallons, 3 gallons, 2 gallons, and 8-inch. It likes to be a moist but well-drained soil. Bloom time for this variety is usually known from June all the way up through September, and it does well in the sun to part shade. It likes another great thing about this, the flowers in the spring on old and new wood, and the flowers can't age, turn to more of a pinkish blush depending upon once again, the pH in the soil. It's an excellent choice for brightening up dark areas in your landscape. As you can see that picture at the bottom, where you have these darker areas, you want to put some blushing brights here because the white pure flower will really lighten up the area. Okay, and go ahead, twist and shouts. All right, the hydrangea twist and shouts. This variety is a zone 4 to zone 9. It will also get 3 to 5 feet in height as well as 3 to 5 feet in width. It is a pink or periwinkle blue. We grow this also in an 8-inch, 2 gallons, and 3 gallons. It likes to be in moist but well-drained soil. That's also another variety that's good in the full sun to part shade. And like I said, that picture you see this on the left is our current picture and what the crop looks like right now. It is a reblooming lace cap hydrangea, produces flowers from the spring throughout the fall, and blooms, like I said, blooms on new and old wood, and it has this beautiful, excellent foliage. Next picture, please. And the last variety hydrangea was on Danny's hot list is the hydrangea rock and roll. This is our third year. Thank you, Jeff. This is our third year with this new variety right here. This is also known as big leaf hydrangea. It is a zone 6 and zone 9. We have this, it gets 5 to 6 feet in height, has 5 to 6 feet in width. It has more of a pink to a purple, blue. You'll get a array of different types of flowers in this variety, which is really nice. We sell this only in a 3-gallon at this moment. It does well in moist but well-drained soil. It does not like being in standing water, so you got to be careful where you do plant this variety. It blooms in the spring all the way up into the fall. It grows into a full shade to afternoon shade. So it seems like it's a variety that doesn't do well in complete direct sun. It will rebloom, flower twice during the long growing season. It's heat tolerant, grow in groups of mass planting, and rock and roll is a mop head instead of a lace cap. That's something we just need to keep in mind. And then the very last picture. Now, this was an inquiry I got from an email from you, Lee. They were asking about, we had some hydrangea echinaceas, small miscellaneous numbers. Can we sell them? As you can see, I do have those. This is what's left over of last year's crop. So this shows you guys did a really good job clearing out the echinaceas we had last year. Like I said, those small numbers you sent me, Lee, like it's got 8, 10s, and 12s, and 20. I do have those varieties. They are here. But like right now, as you can see from the picture, they're not ready to go out the door yet. Need to get these things a little bit more time. They are rooted. They are in T1. And once they're ready, we will move these to current so you can be able to sell them. Like I said, I do have these varieties here.
So one of the things to remember with this echinacea crop, we went to a program where we tried to grow it and sell it the same year. When you overwinter these plants, they have a tendency not to come back up the following spring. We will turn the heat up on this house next week. Usually it's mid-March when you get 13-hour days of sunlight. Turning heat up on the echinacea prior to the long days is all you're doing is spinning the gas meter. You're not really gaining a whole lot. So once these start to break growth and they start to grow a little bit, at that point we can talk about whether or not we want to sell them. Just got to remember, these are going to be, echinacea is a plant that likes lots of heat, similar to buddleia, so they're going to be in a 60-degree house. So that's the issue I can see coming down the road with releasing these early. So we had requests for some trees, so wanted to talk a little bit about red buds. We have available inventory and the varieties we're showing. Some came off last 2 hot lists. Pink Heartbreaker, 15 gallons, one that we're really focusing on. This is a really nice weeper. You can see here, it's one of the better ones as far as being nice and full. Thing to remember with red buds, this is the time to get them on the lot. The flowers come out long before the leaves do, so there'll be the purplish, in this case, purplish pink flowers, and then you go into the foliage after that. This one's more heat and drought tolerant. Red buds in general are good for being tolerant to deer, and you can also plant them under black walnuts. They will survive. Good for pollination, and like I said, this one comes, all these flower early, so you're looking at mid-late April, depending upon how warm it stays. And this is a zone 4 to 9, 15 foot tall, 10 foot wide. This is a really nice full weeping red bud. Merlot's one of the next zones. We've talked about this one in the past. This should be a zone 5 to 9. See, it says 6 to 9 there on the thing, but it's 5 to 9. It'll get 30 feet high, 35 feet wide. Main claim of this one is being the heat tolerant. It can tolerate heat, so you can go a little further south in the zones. Here it's listed 5 to 9. Nice dark purple foliage. see in the picture. It does a good job. Similar to Heartbreakers, I have that purplish pink flower. There again, it does break early with flowers. They all come out first and then go on from there. Thing to remember with red buds, they do tolerate a fair amount of different soils. It just has to be low grade. Well, it's sugar time. One focusing on here will be the 15-gallon. This one's really good as far as disease tolerance. That does not mean that it's totally disease resistant. It will still get some diseases, but it's one of the better balances out there. Flower buds, when it first comes on, you can see it are dark pink to that rosy pink. It opens to a white flower. The other nice thing about this one is crabs in the fall. See in the upper right-hand corner there. This is one of the better crabs that we have. So nice, fragrant, good for bees. Just a good overall crab. The other thing to remember with crabs is they also do handle a wide variety of soils. It's one similar to red maples. They can tolerate some wet conditions. Covey was the other red bud. This is get the wrong picture in this one. This is another weeper. It is played as full as Pink Heartbreaker. It's one of the first ones out. Nice green leaf. There again, the purple flower. This is one of the first trees to bloom, and it's also good for getting bees and other pollinators out there. Oh, this is forest pansy. I was thinking it was Covey. So Covey, just finish that. David didn't have that in there. So forest pansy is similar to Merlot. It will get 30 feet high, 35 feet wide. The other thing with this plant, it has the purple foliage. It's not going to be quite as dark as what Merlot is. It's more of a reddish purple, as you can see in the picture. It will fade to green in the summer. Just does a good overall job. One of the first purple leaf that came out. And the last one up here is Frank's Red in the 15s. We've talked about this one in the past. This is a good red maple. Remember, this is rubrum. This is red. It won't have the red leaf like a Crimson King. Good hardy trees, zone 4 to 9, tolerates quite a difference in soils. It will grow actually in standing water in the spring. It still needs to be drained out. It's not a swamp plant, but it does tolerate it. Relatively fast grower, will get up to about 50 foot tall, 40 foot wide. Excellent fall red color. You can use it as a specimen or just a backdrop tree, but it is a big specimen plant. So, and it does tolerate city life.